Keep a song in your heart and a prayer in your mind. Whatever you do, keep Jesus in you. Keep a song in your heart and a prayer in your mind.
My name is Emmanuel Marozva, and I'm so glad for you to join us today. Well, this is the third part series of a 13 episode. We had our first episode, which had a beautiful song. Second, this is the third. This is Keep a Song in Your Heart. Today we're going to be looking at hymn 294, Power in the Blood. Will you be free from the burden of sin? There is power in the blood. Power in the blood. Will you over evil a victory win? There is wonderful power in the blood. And now join me as we look in depth to the meaning of this song and what God is trying to say to us. The story all begins Genesis chapter 3 and verses 17. The fall of man. Genesis chapter 3 and verses 7. What does the Bible say? What were the effects of sin? Because God had created a beautiful planet full of life, vigorous, and he had pronounced that this was good. But something happens in Genesis chapter 3. Sin enters the world. Adam and Eve fall into sin and dominion is lost. Genesis chapter 3 and verses 7 says, "And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons." If you were listening closely, you will realize that there are 2 or 3 major things that sin made. Sin brought shame, sin brought fear, sin brought anxiety and the feeling of unworthiness. And so today's song is saying, would you be free from the burden of sin? There's power in the blood. Matthew chapter 26 and verses 28 points to us the solution. The solution is not violence, brutality, massacre. You'll know with me that Hitler tried to remove at the face of the earth the Jews that were there because he thought they were the cause of the problems that were on this earth. But he was resolving the problem the wrong way. Matthew chapter 26 and verses 28 brings to us a powerful solution. Allow me to rush there. 26 verses 28 says, "For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins." If you are listening closely, you realized that it was the coming in of sin that brought pain. And so God is saying, are you weary? There is power in the blood. Have you been overtaken by adultery? Have you broken relationships by gossip? Have you been able to suffer the effects of sin? There is power in the blood. It says, would you be free from your passion and pride? There is power in the blood. Come for a cleansing to cover his tide. There is wonderful power in the blood of the Lamb. How I seek that you and I today, who need a cleansing from sin's stain, we all come to cover his foot, for God is ready to cleanse you and I. We're going to be praying today. God is inviting you to come and be washed clean of your sin, guilt, and shame. Shall we pray? Father, thank you so much for this beautiful message that has come to us. We've fallen so low into the depths of sin. And you are inviting us to come because there is power in your blood. Cleanse us from all unrighteousness and free us from the burden of guilt and shame. Make us new, because in Romans chapter 8 verses 1 you say there is no condemnation for those that are in Christ Jesus. Cleanse us and make us ready for a soon return. For this is my humble prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
And a prayer in your mind. Whatever you do, keep Jesus in you. Keep a song in your heart and a prayer in your mind. Whatever you do, Keep Jesus in you.